All right, so in this lesson, we are going to change the decimal form to fraction form. So let's do a review. Now, you know that 1/10 right here, the way I've written it as a fraction, when you use your calculator, or you just may have known it already, is 0.1. When you do the 1 divided by 10, you get 0.1. I need you to pay attention to this decimal point right there, okay? Now, if it was 1 over 100, you'll get 0.001, and look at the decimal there. Look what happens that if I move this decimal point to the front of 1, okay, that is only 1 0. So 10 is a division by 10. If I move this decimal, if the decimal is being moved once, twice, do you see that? 2 places, 2 times, then you notice that there are division by 100, or the fraction is over 100. There are 2 zeros. So if we change this back and forth, we can go this way, 1 divided by 10 is 0.1, or I can give you 0.1, and you can use the same concept by moving the decimal and then changing it as a fraction over whatever the decimal movement is. If it's 1 count, that would be over 1 over 10. If there are 2 counts move the decimal in front of the number, that would be over 100. And guess what happens if you have 0.001? Well, in this case, the decimal value, the decimal point right there, is being moved how many times? Once, twice, 3 times. So that means it will be 1 over 3 zeros, or 1000. So I put 1 over 1000. Okay, that is the key. So let's go ahead and let's do more examples. Okay, so let's look at the first one, 2.5. We're going to change that to a fraction. Now notice that we have this decimal right there, 2.5. Okay, so that is a decimal there. Just make sure that you know that. All right, so we have that. We have to move it to the front, to the right side, in front of the 5, and we are moving it only 1 placement. That means it will be 25 divided by 10, because we're just using it, we are moving it only by 1 digit. Okay, let's look at the next one. This is a decimal point. We're going to bring it all the way to the front of the number, the number 5 right here. Okay, that's where we're going to put. We're going to bring this this guy all the way to the front. How many times? 1, 2, 3 movements. So that would be plus 3. So now this decimal in front, we're going to rewrite that as 425, because the decimal is moved in front now, divided by, this time 1, 2, 3 zeros, 1000. So 425 divided by over 1000, that's the equivalent fraction. Let's do the last one, 0.03. We have the decimal point there. How many times you're moving it? Once, twice. So the decimal point will be in front of the 3. So we'll get 3 over 100, because we moved it to placement. Okay, 2 places. Great. That's what you do. This is the form, and if you follow this, you'll get it right every single time. Okay, so remember though, you always, to change the decimal to fraction, you must go to the right, and the decimal point has to come all the way to the front of a number, so that there is no more decimal number. So look at this, 25. This is not 2.5, it's 25, because this point has been has moved to the front of the 5. This decimal came to the front of it. This decimal came to the front of it. So that becomes 3. All right, that's what you got to do.